Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday or happy Monday morning, as it may be. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for being here for another edition of our Weekend Kenshi. As a reminder, we are playing Kenshi's Weakest Warrior, a solo Permadeath Fogman, and we are at the point where we are now fighting endgame enemies, and we are going to find out just who we can beat and just who might beat us. If we die, it's over. That's the run. So the stakes are getting high, as are our levels. If you are new to this series, especially if you are on YouTube, you will find a playlist with the entire series linked in the pinned comment, as well as any videos if we've made it that far. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Space Monkey. Congrats on the first redeem today. We got Fru, we got Kitty, we got Talos. Hope everybody's doing well, as well as YouTube viewers and VOD watchers. Oh yeah, Space Monkey, I need to see if the captions, if the Rat with a Compiler captions have an update for the new branch of OBS. That's what took them out previously. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. As soon as I can find my Kenshi install, there was an update for that. Maiko, thank you for lurking. Let's see, is this the one? Oh, nope. Okay, well, I think it said if we just launch Kenshi from Steam, it should work. Space Monkey, thank you for lurking as well. All right, let's try it out. Let's see if launching Kenshi through Steam gets us Kenshi. So yeah, yesterday we ended by capturing, here it is, Kenshi is here, and I hope this means I get my free camera back, because it should work with the latest branch of Kenshi now. But yeah, I spent yesterday taking out some High Inquisitors for the Holy Nation, which means today we gotta pick some new targets. And see, the High Inquisitors we just barely managed to beat. I don't know how we're going to fare against the stronger ones. And like thinking in my head of who's out there still, Bugmaster is one. And Bugmaster, if we get knocked unconscious, we could easily die, as the skin spiders eat our vital nutrients from our body. So that could be a bit of an issue. Also, of course, we have Blister Hill. I think we're going to work our way there later. We might try again for the Flotsam Village. Fighting Mole could be one of the ones available that gives us more XP still. How you doing, Fru? Good to have you. I don't even know if Mole has a bounty, but yeah, there could still be somebody to just kind of test ourselves and throw ourselves against. I have to remember to swap backpacks to the one that has food in it occasionally. Just as a reminder, our stats can't really get all that much higher. We've got 87 attack and 89 defense, 88 dexterity. I think we're going to have to go around World's End. It's probably a mountain path, but it seems the pathfinding got a little confused. The tin can is not something you would think of as always being the meta helmet. But I think in this case, it's just because any other helmet, if it doesn't have 100% coverage, then it leaves us with some percent chance to just take a full damage headshot. And depending who we're fighting, that could outright kill us. So that's why we got to be careful. There are still some enemies we may see who could outright kill us. Even armored as we are in Masterwork armor with 95 toughness. Now, I think this should go a little better than the last time we visited the Flotsam Village. That's something, by the way. I still don't seem to have free cam. I may need to make sure that I'm on the latest branch of Kenshi that Re-Kenshi now supports. I may have to go in and manually select it. All right, Flotsam, prepare yourselves to be bleeped. I was gonna say, it seems awfully empty here. I guess it just took them a second to load in. All right, we're gonna go inside. We will take a debuff by fighting inside, but we'll also be away from the turrets. Okay, so that's Mole. That's who we're looking for as our main target. And she has 98 attack in here. Close one, huh? Don't get back up, she says. What if I do? Okay, that's what happens if I do. Okay, are we just being thrown out, or are we getting the prison treatment? Okay, we do want to be careful of our head health here. We are at minus 20. That almost got us to 90 defense. I don't know if we're going to tick over one more before we finish up here, but... Yes, crawl away, Bleep. Get out here and put down a sleeping bag. The nomads are going to go in and patch everybody up. I was going to ask if they're going to patch me up, but I don't think I actually have any cut damage. I think I took a 0 blunt damage hit or stun damage hit, and it just kind of quietly knocked me out. All right, there we go. The old camping spot. Did quite a number on them, though. We could definitely see the progress from the previous time we fought them and then this time. Forgot how much slower the camping bed is than an actual proper bed. Oh, we got a nomad camp nearby. That's why there's so many of them. Ooh, who's in there fighting now? Definitely getting that AoE damage on Mole is nice when we go to swing at somebody else and we hit her. Ooh, interrupted. Combo broken. Oh, is that Mole down? That is Mole. Oh, no, that's... Does Flotsam Ninja just have the same hairstyle as Mole? Yep, okay. Celebrated too early. Ah, this time we go to the prison. for another round of nap time. One of these times we're gonna break through. Ooh, I don't think they're waking up from that one. You know, I wonder with High Inquisitor Seta gone from Stack. I wonder if Seto will be there now. Seto could be another bounty, maybe, for the United Cities. Of course, they come and get me in my sleep. It's funny because we're at the point where we're not actually really taking, like, notable damage when we get knocked out. But when you're below 0, that damage just resets you to a knockout anyway. It's almost like a forced break from combat. You get to take a little rest, sleep it off. Hey, we did get up to that 90 defense, though. Not bad. It never quite says who the bounty is for when you attack the Flotsam Ninjas. It seems independent of Holy Nation and United Cities, which I would expect it to be, but I don't know who enforces that bounty. Okay, yeah, hit the right leg a couple more times. I'm down for that. Help me ascend to the next level. Mola's just vicious. Well, at least we went into sneak, so we're not gonna try to fight the turret person. Oh, never mind. We could try to clear out the ones outside before we try to clear inside. I don't know if that would make a difference. This isn't doing incredible amounts in terms of getting our training up. But we've got to break through this eventually. At least the cut damage is nicer to heal up than the stun damage is. Ooh, that one just lost a leg. I hear you bandaging. Don't think I don't. All right. We're going to run straight in and attack the turret person, I think. And maybe the gate guards. And just see if that changes our approach at all. This is definitely pretty effective at forcing them to group up. Get all those cuts left. Got somebody else out here on a turret. Oh. Bleep trying to use the height and reach advantage. Oh, we have lots of refugees in here. I'm guessing that's from the Holy Nation cities being destroyed. Get up here and take out the turret people. All right, now we see what the inside situation looks like. Come on, Bleep. You can do it. Damn. So Mole has 83 defense. Maybe getting there though. Come on, Bleep. You're getting beaten up over here. Where'd Mole go now? Looked like she ran outside. Good to patch people up out here. Persistence. Persistence is the key. Alarm raised, and what of it? This is slow going for sure. I think if we can clear everybody else but Mole, we can at least get good defense experience when Mole does beat us up. You will find I am nothing if not persistent. I think after Mole, we might stop by Stack and see if maybe Seto's in control of it. That should be an interesting fight. Maybe even harder than the Mole fight. Mole's usually in one of these corners. Mole's outside. Are they just fighting this bone dog? Yeah. Now they should get... Wait. What are they doing? Mole's on a turret now. Who are they even shooting? Are they shooting at me? Okay, now I think they're attacking me. This is a high-stakes duel with the turret person right there. We may win this because Mole gets downed by friendly fire. I say that and then I get absolutely mogged anyway. Wait, depending on her... What is Bleep doing? Gonna say, depending on her toughness level, she was about to bleed to death. Killing Mole, that's daring. Yeah, we're trying to get, just trying to get some training against these high-level enemies. We've got a really nice spread of stats, but it's not quite high enough for us to take on some of the end-game enemies as a, you know, solo Fogman. She has good defense training either way. Oh, she's not using her weapon anymore. What are her stats? 64 martial arts and 68 dodge. So she's not a pushover with martial arts still. Is that how post 50 combat is done? Basically, you just need opponents who have a higher level than you to keep raising your own level. I don't know what we're gonna do with Mole. I don't think she's got a bounty of any kind. All that, and she only had a Mark 1 Ninja Blade. Imagine, I bet there's a mod out there that makes this really hard. Simply by giving Mole, like, Meito weapon and Masterwork quality armor. All right, what we should do, I feel, is let's go to World's End. I'm gonna have to do all of this without sleeping. Training partner Mold now, that's what I'm thinking. I have a little house at World's End with a research workbench, so I should be able to research imprisonment and build a cage and put Mole in it. Then we can give her some, like, rusted junk, some type of rusted junk weapon that raises attack. And I think that'll be like a katana, guardless katana, something like that. That will allow me to fight Mole and take much smaller amounts of damage while still gaining more defense XP. So first things first, I think I have books here. I do. So if I wanted imprisonment... We're just gonna carry Mole along for the ride while we do this. Wait, I think imprisonment might be tech level 3. We should look to see if we can get Mole a weapon that has attack bonus or indoor bonus, since we're going to be training against her indoors. What? Who was that? What did you just do? Why did you just enter? Did you take something? Should do this with another boss, like an Inquisitor or Guerrilla Bandit leader. Yeah, the trick is you just want them to have, like, high stats, because the game will compare their stats to your stats to determine how much XP to get per hit, and then you give them weak weapons, so you're getting the per hit XP, but more hits before you pass out. I don't prefer to meta the game this way, but when we are in the 80s and 90s already and having trouble winning our fights as a character this week, I think it's just the only way. So if I want to upgrade this, I need 10 iron plates. Good thing I've had lots of money sitting around. That's right, you don't have iron plates. It's the mechanical shop. That'll be a start. Someone keeps running in my house, and I don't trust them. I'm committing kidnapping, but I don't think there's anybody here who is connected to Mole, so nobody seems to mind. That comes into question what I was talking about earlier with who the Flotsam Ninjas share a justice system with. It seems that it's not the tech hunters, because they're not trying to prosecute me for kidnapping Mole. Imprisonment, here we go. Probably need some building materials too. You know what? We should probably just go ahead and build us some item storage crates or something. Wow, it takes forever to research how to build a cage. Are anti-slavers allied with the Flotsam Ninjas? That's a good question. So the research was going so slowly because the wind had died, so there was no power in the town. All right, we'll run over here. What is it, interior? Yeah, we'll build a prisoner cage. Five iron plates. I don't think I have all of them. Need one more. Grab some cloth while we're at it, and maybe a couple more building materials. Put down a bed for me. Oh, you know, I just realized Mole's not wearing shoes. They could also make her even more difficult to fight by giving her wooden sandals. All right, so we will need to feed her as well to keep her stats high. Oh, I've got an idea. That's kind of menacing looking, huh? Why not just have, like, normal storage? Item storage. I think I need one more cloth for a bed. Let's give Mole some food so she doesn't perish. You don't have any cloth? Interesting. Maybe the travel shop does. For tents and such. Here's not. We'll just have to wait for things to restock. Are the stores actually open? Or is... Oh. Just shut it in my face. Oh, you know what? Maybe the way station has cloth. Seems nobody wants to stock cloth. I'll go home and start to build my bed anyway. That's the bar. That's not home. This is home. I guess we'll just pass a couple of hours until the shop's open and look for a nice low-quality weapon for Mole that still imparts attack bonuses. That's the important thing. Let me in. I am perfectly normal and desire to buy a sword. Started a playthrough without selling made goods, and by gosh, money is now impossible to come by. You could probably, probably sell beak thing eggs or something. So these guardless katanas have +6 attack. Actually, exactly what you're heading towards. You're already on it. What is the best combination of stats for us to give to Mole to train against? It would be the guardless katana. Except it's actually, like, this is too powerful of a guardless katana. I think this regular katana will do. And then we'll see at the armor, or the armor shop, if there's anything that might make her more effective to fight against. I don't think there's really anything that, like, raises defense. All right, let's see how this goes. So Mole now has an attack of 100. But it should be relatively poor damage because of the weapon. We'll try to start the fight with my rusted junk polearm and just see what happens. Oh. That counted as rescuing Mole from imprisonment. We just got our reputation back. With the Flotsam Ninjas, we're now only -1. Well, how about this? Damn, we are losing. I think Mole's gonna free herself. We're getting almost 1% defense per attack. Oh, I've got my bad backpack on. That's part of the reason why. Humiliated, humbled in my own house. Oh, and she's not... Oh, there we go. Well, this is the fun part of having nice toughness and such. It's gotten us like 20% of a defense level, which when we're at 90 is not terrible. Okay, this is very bizarre behavior that Mole is exhibiting. We're going to go ahead. I've got some ads on Twitch. I'm going to go ahead and step away and use the restroom real quick. I'll be back in just a moment, and we'll continue the training montage with Mole. I'll see you then. Appreciate you. Uh-oh. I'm gonna do this. I give it a 70% chance I blow myself up. Do you ever say to yourself, I knew that was coming, why did I do that? Last time when I walked around for an hour with you all listening to my character groan because I was low on health, yeah, it looks like we're doing that again. Oh, no. Good news. We're not doing that again. Really don't want to die to a rad roach. Let me introduce you to the peeler machine. The peeler machine, well, it peels things. I don't care how many multiplayer features your game has. If I'm playing single player mode, I should be able to play it on my computer with no internet connection and no disruptions. Like, yeah, if there's a leaderboard or something, the leaderboard won't work, that's fine. If it doesn't track my progress, that's fine, but I can't play the solo part without internet connection. I don't like that. See, I'm out of drink. Oh! You can't do that. You can't click left mouse to fill the gas while you're holding an assault rifle. Books are scattered around the desk. Nothing else special here. Except you. You're special, and don't you forget it. Yeah, that doesn't look like any plant I've ever seen.
That does not look like any plant I've ever seen. This may be problematic.
I can't believe I actually survived a hit. Hey guys, welcome back to Frost. It's pretty cool. We only got an hour and a half in because I was super sleepy. I was super sleepy again today, but today I brought a weapon. Twitch, in case your AI transcript spider bot is listening, it was a metaphorical weapon. It's a monster. It's a weapon against tiredness. I did not bring a weapon to stream. You cannot prove it. Okay, so we need a new windshield. Come on, we got this. We got this. Let's do it. Nothing to it. Oh boy, wow. All right, gonna get right back into it. See what we can do about this training and also getting a bed. Also refill my water, because a break is a good time to do that. Well, better still be there when I get back. Ah, the last fabric. All right, I'm going to build this bed. I'm going to rest. And then we're going to spar. Also, I think... I'm not sure, but I think Mole's hunger might not go down while not in a cage. Zooming in to get that faster healing. Don't worry, this is good. This is a very good thing for me. It has only positive effects. Almost got us to a new level. Okay, this is interesting. There we go. Okay, now we get a break to heal. That almost got us caught in a very undesirable loop. But it's worth it for the XP. I'm a little curious what happens if we try while we're on block to see how the XP goes up. So we gain a little less XP when we get hit, but we more reliably block attacks, and we're still gaining XP when we block them. I'm thinking it's a lower gain overall still. Got some insane stats already. Yeah, it just needs to be even more insane for us to take on some of the end game opponents. So if I wear the trader's backpack, that should lower my defense as well, and we should gain more defense XP when we are hit. Took Tin Fist with about 11 check at level 60 and died in 10 seconds. Yeah, that's the way that goes. Interesting, she's very non-aggressive. Like, if we don't push the attack, she just backs off. Yeah, her hunger appears to not go down as long as she's not in a cage. New here, why does that NPC stop attacking me? I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with diplomatic status. So that's somebody that you're supposed to have faction relations and things with. I'm technically not enemies with her faction, and I think with diplomatic status, the game may have an override that tells them not to attack you if you stop attacking. Basically, so you don't accidentally attack somebody and end up in a soft lock state with a certain faction. That's my guess. I actually didn't realize that that behavior was going to happen, but it's very useful for us. Didn't work with your captured Phoenix. Yeah, it may have something to do with both the diplomatic status and my relations with the faction. Is the building door closed? It is. It is closed and locked. Does that have something to do with it? Maybe the door is stopping the run out and flee mechanic? I think so, but I don't understand why it's stopping her from fighting me. As soon as I give the command to stop the fight, she stops attacking. Hey, follower of Clay, welcome in. Now we'll get Mole healed up. She will undoubtedly get out of bed And attack us. Oh, maybe not attack us. Okay, well. Then it's my turn to rest. Oh, almost to defense 92. I don't think we're going to go for 100 because just the way the level scaling works, getting even from like 99 to 100 is ridiculous. Bruce set up shop in Black Desert City today. Very nice. I think now that I know I can stop the attack whenever I want, we'll do the weaker pole arm, so when we are doing well in combat, we're doing less damage to her. We're creeping up on that defense 92. Baby Mole has a headcanon that she has so many enemies that training you could end them for her. Could be. Ooh, we got a new level of melee attack as well, 88. So there is still benefit to doing this. For the record, this is something I would consider kind of cheesy if this weren't a run where we were like maximizing our combat capability right now and running out of solutions. I wouldn't typically prefer to train this way, but when you're trying to play outside of the box, sometimes... Wait. Why are you breaking my door down? His goal is shopping, so he's trying to enter my house, forcefully, mind you. I guess... power leveling engineer, I guess. Not that this was a stat that I needed power leveled, but I enjoy when number goes up. But what do I do... I don't even think getting engineer up really helps us in any way. I like the fact that we're going to end the run with even higher stats. I think this is because of my shopping economy expanded mod. What do you... Did you just take something? Whatever, I need to do my training in peace. I think everything that was in there is still in the... Okay. The door locked. Yeah, let's repair it real quick. Oh, so there's a spot to get some easy hits in when she's standing there monologuing. All right, 92 defense. Amazing. We're squabbling over single levels at this point, but that's the only way we're going to get stronger, I guess. Somebody's breaking my door down again. Why do all the mercenaries think they can come here and shop? Whatever, man. I don't even care. Just let me do my training in peace. And we lost Mole. Well, we got a couple defense out of the deal. Let's go try stack. Oh, Kenshi. You are a gem. I think Seto should be in charge at stack, and I think Asata and Bayan are at Bad Teeth. Kenshi is your Morrowind 2.0. It is very spiritually Morrowind. Why do I have two polearms? For the drip. I have a heavy polearm and a regular polearm. Depending which one I want to switch to. I guess the regular polearm could be better for training indoors because it has more of an indoors penalty. How is the weapon selected? The one you put on top. Storm houses look so Balmora. Man, the days of me playing Morrowind. I think I'm gonna do a stream one time. I was gonna do this as a video, but I think I'll do a stream and just make it into a video from there. I'll do a stream of how I used to play Morrowind as a child. But one of the very first things I would always do is go to Balmora and pick a house that I liked and then kill the person inside and use that as my new player home. I never actually, got anywhere with the game because I was too young to understand how to play, a more classical RPG like that. Maybe we don't have to swim the whole time here, Bleep. What do you say? Sunk so many hours into Morrowind, especially when you added Tamriel Rebuilt. Yeah, I need to play the game proper sometime. How's the run going? Has the world realized that Bleep is the strongest warrior? Well, I don't know who Bleep is because this is Bleep. This is the Fogman drone. And yeah, we're just about working our way up the list. We're going to see if Seto is in stack here. Oh, autocorrect, gotcha. Yeah, things are going pretty well. At Phantom Menace, Star Wars, and your first monitor couldn't render water, so horror music sparked as a shark attacked on Naboo. That's your first ever game experience. I don't see a Seto here. Maybe Seto is not here. I just didn't feel quite ready to attack the stone golem. You know what I should do probably is get enough materials for a small shack and a bed. Guess the Shek don't really have something resembling a construction trader, huh? They're not big on construction. Travel gear. I guess a mechanical shop. Alright, I still need one more fabric. Don't get why Asata didn't lose her horns if Ruka thought the exact same way, taking battle with strategy. Well, wasn't it that Ruka lost? Like, I think it was that she had that mentality and didn't win the fight. General shop, they might have some fabric. Yeah, there we go. We'll buy a couple extra. Ruka's entire squad was killed and she was the only survivor. Yeah, did Asata have, like, a loss that matched that? Because if not, I would believe that's why. Alright, this may seem foolhardy, but I think we might try to get into Bugmaster territory. I feel like Bugmaster is easier than Asata, and is probably the next one on the list. She killed Shagir, that's why she's the leader. Yeah, so the question is not why Asata is the leader. But why Asata was able to keep her horns when Ruka was stripped of hers. Although I guess winning a fight like that would explain it. You know, I realize if it comes down to like an ultimate all or nothing fight, I can always drop my backpack and gain +2 attack, +2 defense immediately by doing that. I think Bugmaster's Foreign Saber is one of the best weapons in the game. A lot of people really like the Foreign Saber, myself included. I was half tempted to put on a dust coat, but I do think just with the cut damage of the Foreign Saber, I think we're going to be better served with the Samurai armor. I think the ringed saber is the best, but can't find a Meito of it. Not Googling spoilers. Gotcha. Can't have your entire civilization run by an honorless warrior. Her status as an invincible means she hadn't lost a battle. More to do with the actual fighting. Yeah, so I think that's why Ruka then would have been stripped of hers. It's not just the mentality, I think, but the mentality and then also not being the victor in battle. Gotta say, 100 dexterity is pretty nice given the loss that we have from equipping the samurai armor and the blackened hive chainmail. We're gonna try to get in there, probably slow it down a little. I'm worried for what my first encounter with the skin spiders will be like. I'm a little more afraid of the complex threat that they add than I am of the Bugmaster himself. Desert Saber, in your opinion? I mean, all the sabers are very good. Entering a rock from the west is easiest, you think? Yeah, that makes sense. Sabers also look the coolest, and that's 99% of what sells it. Sabers, in my opinion, polearms and the falling sun are some of the coolest looking weapons. Okay, so we do a lot of damage to them. But they are able to hit us even with our pretty high defense. Big fan of hackers. Those are pretty cool. I think my favorite of those might be Paladin's Cross as a hacker, right? You think hackers are too good? For no reason they do bonus robot damage. I think it's cool that the Paladin's Cross does bonus robot damage. Hoping Bleep doesn't decide to swim. Is this acid water? This right here doesn't appear to be. I am wary. Well, big old groups of skin spiders. Are they? Okay, they're just patrolling. Hello, welcome in on YouTube. I believe it's because hackers are among the heavier weapons in the game, and let's be honest, robots needed a weakness. I do wonder sometimes how a hacker, a thing designed to cut through flesh, does bonus damage to robotic beings. But then again, I feel like I don't know what should appropriately do bonus robot damage. Maybe, again, like a mace or like a warhammer or something, like really heavy to crush components, but... We're gonna have to go right up by these skin spiders. Hunter, welcome in. Oh, I hate this. I hate enemies being able to hit you in the water. Because there's a couple skin spiders directly beneath me, and what they're doing is they're hitting me as I'm trying to get to land. There's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, we will... Let's just get out of the water, forget this whole business. We'll put down a small shack with a bed somewhere, or at least a camp roll. And then we will... Let's just go all the way around Watcher's Rim, and we'll take the road. Bugmaster indeed. Need to be able to surface. Oh, this is irritating. Yeah, look, I'm gonna get swarmed. Need to get somewhere where it very rapidly becomes walking height. Hey, welcome in, Todd. How you doing? Go, Bleep, go. Out of the water. There you go. Ham. Okay, let's get some distance. No, don't go back through the water. Woke up from a nap and grabbed some dinner. How's the run going? Pretty good, but we've run into a bit of an issue around Bugmaster and Skin Spider territory. Just the geography and pathfinding here makes this very difficult. In fact, this might be totally impassable. What the hell, game? You telling me I can't walk around this little brush? Well, best thing I can do, I think, is to carefully put down a camp bed and try to get healing going. Of course, that freed that spider to come towards me. And for safety reasons, I'm not really going to crank the speed up here. So we're going to be watching this sleeping bag for a minute. Kill all the spiders and use their dead bodies like stairs. See, this is what I was talking about. We took so much damage just trying to get out of the water where you can't block an attack and you can't attack back. They can attack you from underwater, but there's just nothing you can do to resist it, basically. Kenshi 2, you're sure, will fix a lot of the jank or introduce its own unique brand. One or the other. There's no Aquaman mod. I mean, maybe. This game is very mod friendly. Who knows what's out there? Top side of a rock northeast can just run down to the tower. Really? Northeast? Not northwest? think what I'll do is I'll back out this way and I'll try to just take this road, and I think that road can just go on into the tower. Oh. You know what? This is a cursed expedition. We lost our sleeping bag too. Okay, we're gonna abort this one. Soon as I figure out how to get out of here. Oh, you know what? We'll stop by AdMag. Maybe Seto is there. If Asata is in Bad Teeth, maybe Seto is left behind to kind of rule over AdMag. Hey, what's up, Dilly? How's it going? Kenshi in a nutshell? It is. B-Dog, good to see you. But I know enough to know when an expedition is just cursed and we should get out of there. I will be okay losing Bleep in honest combat if it happens against one of these endgame bosses. That's an okay ending to the run. But losing it to some like bullshit like getting caught by spiders who are under the water and can't be hit, that's not gonna sit right with me. Always a good instinct to have. Yeah, you can always pull back and try again later. But a lot of great tragedies happen when you try to force something that's not gonna work. You cut off a split hose and then thought, why did I not just duct tape it? Who's this following me? Is this somebody trying to attack me? Oh, it's a Kral's Chosen. Yeah, honestly, if you duct taped it, it would have lasted, you know, for a certain amount of time, and then you'd start getting leakage through the duct tape, and then you'd just be frustrated with it again. Alright, so before we start any fights, we're gonna have to see about buying a new sleeping bag. You don't have a sleeping bag. Who are they talking to? Shade of the Swamp Ninjas. Wait, isn't Shade a unique character? What would she be doing here? Was she trying to chase me down? You don't have sleeping bags. I think there's a travel store. It's probably closed at this time of day. Yeah. How do you run from World's End to the Bugmaster in like 5 minutes? How are we here? The Kenshi mod. I could be speeding it up even more. I'm keeping it up at 5 times, but with Kenshi, it just zaps the loading times. Like right now, I'm at 20 times speed. I try not to use the excessive speed for anything that's like stat gain related, but just to pass time for, you know, content creation's sake. But yeah, it's amazing how much faster you can get across the map. Well, and also my athletics is very high. Athletics 92. My run speed is like almost 30. But yeah, it's amazing how quickly you can get across the map when you're not loading every 10 seconds. All right. Wheezy, greetings. Hope you're doing well. Let's go see who's at the faction HQ. It is indeed Seto. This feels a little unsporting, but maybe with the 5 Invincibles it will not be. Oh, Bayana's here, too. All right, run. Let's see. Which UC do we want to go to? We want to go to the one in the south of the map? Or do we want to go up to the Great Desert? Go down this way. Yeah, we'll be closer if we just head back across the Great Desert. Get Lady Kana in Port North. I think her guards are some of the highest level and would be good sparring partners. But I am trying, I'm trying to ally with the UC this time, at least until they're the only ones left. Oh wait, Asata's here. Then maybe it's not the Shek Kingdom that are in bad teeth. Maybe it's the United Cities. Can fight the slavers and still be cool with the UC. Interesting. We're going on an adventure. UC will suffer, though, since they start to starve the more slave camps you deal with. Yeah, I'm alright with that. We'll say Disco Elysium is different than a lot of games you have played. Oh, Disco Elysium is great. One of the best games I ever read. I stole that joke. Somebody said that about Planescape Torment earlier, but it's very true about Disco Elysium, too. Usually round up all the nobles in your Noble Grill Outpost in Venge. Played Torment way back in the day. I have this sort of problem. It's a good problem to have, but I have this problem where I end up not playing a lot of games because I don't think they make good stream games, and I pretty much only game on stream. But you know, that's what the grind is all about. Open air prison cells and everything. Yeah, I was wondering if you put them in a cage, if the lasers would still affect them, but I guess you could just wall them in. Got a long way to go to Stoat, but that's okay. Trying out Disco Elysium if it would be good for your channel, don't know though. Most of your channel comes for the violence and chaos. Fallout 4 and stays for the bad one-liners on kills. It is a very different kind of game, and it's one where the streamer almost takes a back seat. The people who go to watch Disco Elysium streams, in my experience, they go to watch the streamer's first-time reaction and the choices they make. Definitely a game where you gotta lock in and really be paying attention. You lose a lot of people if you're just, like, chatting and making fun of it and not really trying to get into it. Also, there's almost nothing like Disco Elysium, so when you gain viewers by playing Disco Elysium, a lot of the time that's like the only thing that they watch, and they go around streamer to streamer watching that game specifically, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just something to consider, you know, from the streamer perspective. All right, looks like we have some more ads on Twitch. How has it been an hour? What happened to the... I think I've just been in a flow state, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this quick break. I'll be back in just a moment, and we'll turn in Seto and see where we go from here. Thanks for being here.
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later.
Now's a bad time. He'll be back for it later. Okay, he won't be back later. Would you leave me alone? Get out of that room. You didn't pay for that room. You don't have a key card. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Mom's taking us to breakfast. Come on. You have to get ready. Alright, but don't be mad that you missed out. Every stream is a dying stream if you're bad enough. God damn it. Okay, this one's gonna take a lot of coughing. A cacophony, if you will. Nice disarm, thank you. Disarm or disarm? I understand if you want to leave and not come back after that. Best loot is the hardest to get to. You know, I disagree because sometimes the best loot is good company, and all you have to do is be a kind person. Somebody clip that, I can use that for my PR. Are we all done moving? I'll accept mild gesticulating. Oh, no, I will not. I will not accept mild gesticulating. That is the last time I tolerate mild gesticulating. I don't care how many multiplayer features your game has. If I'm playing single player mode, I should be able to play it on my computer with no internet connection and no disruptions. Like, yeah, if there's a leaderboard or something, the leaderboard won't work, that's fine. If it doesn't track my progress, that's fine, but I can't play the solo part without internet connection. I don't like that. Destroying armies one arm at a time. First, we destroyed their armies, and then we go for their feetsies. Nobody can withstand that.
Best bets to access it from the service level. Gotta weigh in from there.
Judy's hair reminds me of a rooster.
Don't you worry.
All right, I won't. My mom says the Spartans always keep their word.
Uh-oh.
That is true, Nastya. Indeed.
Anytime a game has you giving a child hope, it's a dangerous, dangerous thing. Oh, when I all right, we are back. Thank you for hanging out. Let's go turn in this bounty. I don't think I've ever, like, turned in or eliminated Seto while Asata was still alive. I wonder what happens. Ooh, we got our strength up to the next level, too. I'm just realizing I have a bit of a bounty with the UC. That last clip of me being a stripping / pole dancing squirrel. Yes, squirrel with a gun. Very fun game for one stream. The appeal kind of wore off. The pole dance was only a small portion of that game. Rogue Trader has a lot of reading, and some of the words are colored differently, and if you hover over them, they have more info and lore to them. That's really cool. That reminds me of, I mean, there's several games that have, like, encyclopedias, but the first one I encountered was Star Ocean Till the End of Time on PS2. And in Star Ocean, you could encounter, like, a new alien species or a new homeworld or a type of magic or something, and then they would put an article about it in your menu, and you could read all about the lore and the background and everything. Of course, Mass Effect with the codec, too. Okay, I'm hoping they don't have a problem with me here. Please. What do you mean, what is it? Oh, well, she's dead, first of all. Maybe Seto only has a bounty with the Holy Nation? Well, guess she's your problem now. Okay, I realized somebody else I could go after that is, don't know if they're going to be easier or tougher than Bugmaster, but we'll find out. Gotta go to bed. Have a good one, follower of Clay. Thanks for dropping in to catch another Kenshi stream. As while we're running, I can tell everybody what's coming up. I am going to try to get the Project Zomboid cinematic video out this week. And start working on... It's going to be between Fallout 4 collector video and this video, depending which one wraps up first. Then I think we might do a couple short playthroughs and videos of Fallout, checking out a couple mods after we finish the collector, before we run into our next big Fallout 4 modded playthrough. And the next Kenshi playthrough as well. I'm going to have to look at what's possible, but I want to try to turn Kenshi into a horror game. But maybe before we get into the next big playthroughs, I will play Resident Evil Requiem, because I do want to play that. Not going to make it a video or anything, it'll just be the streams and VODs. But it'll just be a good time to do that when I have a lot of... Because I think this playthrough and the Fallout 4 Collector playthrough will be wrapping up about the same time, and then I'll have a huge bulk of editing to get through. So playing Requiem would be a good thing to do, just to slim down... You know, keep streams going without adding to my editing backlog. RTS horror, each character has their own fog of war that you have to manage, and you leave a character in Venge. I think there's like a mod to like make the nights darker. There's one so that you can't use the map. I mean, imagine having to navigate around Kenshi without a map. And then I think adding in, like, new abominations and creatures and stuff. I don't know, I'll see what's out there. See what kind of ambience mods are out there, and creature mods and all that sort of stuff. First loading screen we hit in a minute. Be fair, though, we have gone from, like, here to here. Through Kenshi Horror Mod, no women check. Lose 80% of my audience. I know the Kenshi community. The real ones are here for Bleep, though. There's a creepy outpost in the middle of nowhere. It's up to Bleep to save his new home. You know, I never talked to Savant. A hive, I see. What brings you to the skinned ones of the south? Oh, you can just join the skinned bandits? Okay, can I ask you a question? Of course. Is it about the skeletons? Yes, I thought it might be. What else is there to ask? You've only just met me. I studied psychology for 3 years when I was just 10 years old, you know. Think one instant spoopy thing would be skeleton bandits near the Holy Nation, so their weird skeleton stories are actually justified. It's all down to the cinders from the Ashlands. They spread everywhere. Everybody breathes them in, touches them in the air, but little do they realize the cinders are toxic to our minds. Human skin helps protect us, but sometimes the cinders slip in through our wounds, down our throats. That's why humans must eat lots, drink lots, screw lots. See, because the pleasure, it releases byproducts in our bodies. Healing byproducts. Acidic, you know. It helps purify the toxicity from the cinders. Resets our bad moral judgment. Cinders, acidic byproducts, totally makes sense. But the skeletons, see? They're open to them. They've got no skin. And they've got these extra components. Alkaline ones. Magnesium, you know? And they can't laugh. They can't eat. They can't drink. They can't fucking screw. So they got no chance. They can't reset themselves once they're afflicted. And then skeleton, then they affect everybody. Because, see, the cinders are concentrated within skeletons, and there's only so much skin protection, so much eating, and so much screwing that the humans can do against 500 years worth of cinder accumulation. Alkaline, screwing, cinder accumulation, You've seen the skeletons' hive. You've seen them. Madmen they are, rampaging around the Ashlands like fucking killing machines. You can't trust them. They're not like you and me. They're numb and devoid of all life. And those humans that cling to skeletons like bone pups to a wolf, you can't trust them either. They're already afflicted with cinders and they'll be rampaging as bad as the Skeleton Legion in no time. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What do we care what you think, Hive? Your skin is of inferior quality. You're of no use to the skinned ones anyway. Skin bandits are now hostile towards me. Alright, now we can make a peeler machine, which may come in handy for some of our other fights. Savant is wanted by the United Cities. I don't think anybody has ever turned Savant in because they all decide to peel him instead. I don't even need money. I don't know why I'm even picking this safe. All right. We are pretty close to... We're not really that close to any UC stuff down here. Take him back to Brink. Clearly need lockpicking higher than 55. Yeah, that's true. The lockpicking XP is a good reason to do it. any way for the UC to gain territory? I mean, they gain Okran's shield. I don't know about anything else. I'm not an expert in the world states. I know in my Crabmaster playthrough, I saw world states that I'd never seen otherwise. Land bats are kind of cute in a way. Should be, there it is. Yep, we're closing in on Brink. I wonder if there's any unique dialogue for turning in Savant. Looks like you've caught a bounty. Want a reward, I suppose? That's it. 80,000 cat reward. Good luck containing him, everybody. I forgot I put all these bounties in here, too. It's like a collection, but one that I don't have to maintain. All right, who's next? I'm a little curious about the bosses in the Ashland Towers. think as nice as our stats are, if we do go to fight Catlon, I will need to put the armor plate and maybe the tin can back on. Just because, you know, his stats in Meito Falling Sun, I feel like with this armor, he one-shots us. The UC can claim bad teeth, and it's in the game files that they could have claimed Blister Hill too, but there is a bug in the game making it impossible. But it is a mod. There's a mod that can fix the bug so Blister Hill can become UC. Also some extra slave traders that will spawn in Skinner's Rome and Shem if Tin Fist is taken out. Oh, very cool. Thank you for the info. I wonder if Elder has a bounty. Before we do all this, yeah, let's see if Elder has a bounty. The Craigs. Be warned, Craig. Your days are numbered. Ooh, I've got 30 points of wear damage in my arm. I probably should have checked that out before. Well, if we take out Iron HQ, we'll be able to use their repair stuff. Okay, Elder, I'm here to assess you for a bounty. Wow, that's a lot of skeleton guards. My multipliers are at 1 times, but maybe they still had the multiplier, like maybe they're still spawned in from when I cranked up the multiplier. Okay, Elder does not have a bounty. Alright, we'll keep going this way then. Wow, there's so many. Great training to go against the skeleton bandits. So that's how I got my attack where it was. To be honest, I kind of get tired of the min-max training. Hey, thanks for the subscription on YouTube. But yeah, I got at least 5 or 10 attack levels out of skeleton bandits, and yeah, they do just kick you out. If I hit an absolute brick wall and don't die, then I'll do that training, but I don't know, it's not super fun on stream. All right, one thing as we keep going this way that I do need to be careful of is poison gas. It's not everywhere in the Ashlands, but it is some places in the Ashlands. See, like that right there, poison gas. That must be them cinders that Savant was talking about. Kind of a serene, pretty place in a way. Somewhere around here is a series of buildings. That was weird. Ashland Dome 1, here we go. Forget how strong the units are inside, but we'll find out. Oh, Kenshi didn't like that. It might crash. It really did not like me entering the build menu here. There we go. I guess this is too close. Well, right here should be just about perfect then. I realized we may not have enough building material to put down another dome and bed after this one. Oh, that was gas we just ran through. That was bad. That was real bad. You're killing it in this game as the weakest warrior, and you can't even when you try. Well, I do have about 500 hours in the game, and probably close to that amount of time watching other people play the game and learning about it. So, you know, wouldn't be fair to compare yourself. You're doing well. Is there... Well, first of all... That kill them? Yeah. If I jiggle their CPU unit, it kills them. Is there no boss at Dome 1? What's new here? Not a ton. Just, you know, Kenshi every weekend and playing some other games, Fallout and things like that. Never seen snow in this game. It is ash. We are in the Ashlands, and this is the head of agriculture. This is the end game area, basically. Wow! He did so much damage to our stomach. Bet he's got a hacker. Oh, wait, I don't know what the hacker would do, though. Don't know what the story or whatever is in this game. Yeah, it's very cryptic on purpose. Yeah, short cleaver. And the armor penetration is plus 10%, which would have helped him some, but he could never have foreseen the events that happened, but he still blamed himself for the famine and the subsequent downfall of the Empire. Ooh, nighttime might make it more challenging to avoid the gas. We'll see how that goes. Okay, the gas kind of glows a little bit. I think we're going kind of straight ahead to get to the next Ashland's Dome. It was somewhere around here. Of course, didn't grab any of the maps or anything. Though I suppose if I had looted the first dome, I think they usually contain maps showing the other domes. I could be wrong about that. How tough are these legions? Oh, we're gonna find out. Oh, these are thralls. Oh, I've got my bad backpack on. Solo Fogman, are you okay? That sounds really tough. You know, it's also Permadeath. You know, you just gotta have some fun with this game, and to me, sometimes that means putting limitations on it. Ooh, we may lose this fight. How many restarts are we talking so far? I had maybe 5 the first stream. And then this character's been going strong since, knock on wood. Okay, let's see if we can't find a place to put down a bed a little bit. Fighting thralls in the Ashland, so he better be doing good. Yeah, I was fighting with my my training backpack on for a minute, and that wasn't the best idea. One of the most painful parts of a solo Fogman run is just how tedious it is. I mean, any little encounter and you've basically got to take a nap and rest. I'm really glad I have Kenshi installed for that. Man, but look how quickly the poison gas clouds move at this speed. It seems like they're maybe fixed to certain areas. Hopefully Bleep doesn't die. Hopefully not. You can do okay in this game, but if any encounter goes badly, you tend to die. Should try Skeleton, but you're not playing lately. Yeah, I mean, part of the skill set of this game is just learning how to put yourself in situations where you don't die if you lose. The toughness stat being first and foremost among them. Okay, so I'm looking for an Ashland's Dome. Spiders on me. Luckily, they have a short leashing range. Ashland Dome 3, okay. Now, this is the gas you gotta watch out for because it's not, like, real dark. It's kind of yellow and light. So during the day, it's hard to see. Okay, so Dome 3 is actually up here on the hill. Want to get where you don't have to reload almost ever and you're not there yet, but you think you'll get there eventually? That is basically how I have played since my very first game. Which, by the way, just have to self-promote. You can see my blind playthrough on the channel as well as my Kenshi challenge videos. But that's just the way I like to play this game. Honestly, some of the best stories come from living with even, like, disasters and trying to figure out how to come back from them. Alright, so we're gonna have to wear down this Legion. And then probably put down a sleeping bag. So we lost that fight. We're just gonna let them walk away. Get over here and maybe rest up a little. It's another case where it might be worth sacrificing the 5 attack to put on the tin can helmet. Even at our monster stats, we're just going to take hits occasionally. And that time around, it was our head that got the RNG as the limb that got picked on. If nothing else, maybe we put the tin can on for fighting the thralls, since they tend to have lower stats, and then if we need to swap to the armored hood to 1v1 the boss, we can do that. Ooh, we've almost got a new dexterity level. That'll be fun. Would love to speed it up more, but I am afraid of that poison gas. I'm dodging strays even in my sleep. Looking around. In your sleep? Yeah, I'm watching around even while I'm in the sleeping bag to make sure that I don't have to dodge some incoming poison gas. How does that character work? Are they good? The bugs? You mean the Fogman that I'm playing? They're terrible. Absolutely terrible. Am I going to recruit Catlon as my first recruit? No, we're basically tackling a series of higher and higher bounties, trying to see who we can overthrow, and if we eventually meet our match and honorable end in battle. So we've turned over most of the big bounties already. Oh, poison. Turned over most of the big bounties already. Savant, the High Inquisitors. We've not done Bugmaster yet. The warrior ones are okay, though, aren't they? Hivers are not necessarily horrible. Fogmen are horrible all the way around. Fogmen are worse hivers in every way, and they don't get the hiver advantages, so they can't eat foul meat, they are not acid resistant, they have no advantages of hivers, and they have less health. Hydraulic Knights. Guessing Dust King is next. Oh, we've already turned over Dust King. We've already turned over the Black Dragon leaders. Screamer the False. Gutterhead. We've turned over just about every bounty I can find. There's 3 kinds of Fogmen. Yes, there are drones, princes, and heavies. Their armor is pretty resistant. Then again, so is mine. I was wondering if this one was a leader, but no, we just keep hitting him in the legs instead of anywhere else. Sounds like you're cooking in the way that the youth use the term, or like actually cooking. Oh, a kitchen. I thought you meant I was like, man, I'm cooking. All right. Good time for an ad break. Yes, we have ads over on Twitch, and I drink a lot of water during streams, so I like to use the bathroom while the ads are running, and that way anybody who's not subscribed doesn't miss anything. I'll be back in just a moment to continue our Ashlands expedition. Thanks for being here and being a part of it. Appreciate you. I can't believe I actually survived a hit. Hey guys, welcome back to Frost. Destroying armies one arm at a time. First we destroyed their armies, and then we go for their feetsies. Nobody can withstand that. Y'all ever wonder what you would do without the internet and video games and all of that? Like, where all of that brain power would go if it weren't dedicated to learning thousands of little numbers in a video game? I think about that sometimes. Like, if all of this didn't exist and I lived 500 years ago, would I be like a guy who cataloged like 150 kinds of pea flour? Or, you know, held some type of historic tradition, or, you know, maybe made some metallurgy advances or something like that? Because today my brain power goes to this. Look how big these rabbits are. Look at this thing. Look how weird looking that is. Don't mind me, I'm just out on a nature expedition, just enjoying the wildlife. The only reward I got from doing this is the boost in self-confidence. And that's probably more dangerous in Kenshi than anything. He's alive with the spirit of dance. And having played his final act out, he departs the stage. Look at that form. You guys seeing this? I don't think that's supposed to be happening. Why can I not do the kill?
Who's there? 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 Who's there?
All right, what's out here then? Okay, is everybody in this room dead except for me? And we're back. Gonna see if I can put a sleeping bed down inside this dome. That would be nice. Oh, they've got specialist grade armor. Yep, that would explain part of the reason they're so tanky. General Jiang, is that his name? Yeah. You might want to go back to the Masterwork Hood for that, just given his stats. Let's also see if we find maps of the other domes in here. I felt like that was a thing, but I could be lying to myself. Nothing useful in that one. Maybe it's some of these. Okay, we can put a camp bed on the first floor. That'll be nice. Alright, so once again, if you are new to the channel, I've got lots of Kenshi. I've got about 500 hours of Kenshi VODs on the channel. The first 270 of those being my first blind playthrough. Many of the videos, the playthroughs that we've done, I've also made into challenge videos. So my Fogman Society video, my Crab Master playthrough, my solo hardcore rock bottom martial arts, all of those are available. And we stream Kenshi every Saturday and Sunday evening. Must have been one that I forgot to properly kill. Mr. Hogwash, welcome in. I was watching your crab takeover. I hope you're enjoying it. That one was a lot of fun. We're in the tail end, I think, of our weakest warrior playthrough as well. And this will also, in due time, be a full video like the Crabmaster one was. We are a solo Fogman drone playing Permadeath. And we're just accelerating the pace of our encounters now. Let's see if we can get ourselves a good... Somewhere in here, I'm going to try for a good screenshot for a thumbnail for next stream. Of course, the camera here makes it really difficult. Camera does not like these multi-story buildings. Ooh, this one's a tough sparring partner. That's got to be a skeleton smith weapon, I bet. Ooh, that was a nasty hit. I think the armored hood failed to protect us there at all. Because it's got a 90% coverage chance. And that's the thing, you know, with the armored hood over the tin can, is it doesn't have quite the attack debuff, but it does have a 10% chance to just not protect you. We certainly wouldn't use the armored hood against Catlon, for instance. Or somebody with a very powerful, like, harpoon turret. We almost made that mistake. I mean, we did make that mistake. It almost got us against a Leviathan. The armored hood did protect us, but I saw the math. And if the armored hood did not protect us, it would have been an instant death. Like, from full health to literally instant death, end of the run. I think General Zhang really just got some good RNG. Wait, is he gonna drop us in this gas? Now we're upstairs. I am worried about this gas. Thing is, with Kenshi, we can play the game, but the game plays us back exactly the same way that Kenshi will break sometimes, and you have to break it right back. Got a bad feeling, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on my tin can. Because let's say he drops us. We're awake. We fight back. He hits us in the head. The armored hood doesn't protect us. If that chain of events happened, it could be a death. Ooh, where are we going? I thought they usually just dropped you off. Keeps going in loop even more, so it is broken. Yeah, that's possibly what's happening here. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm amazed how he was able to just trounce us in that fight, because our stats should have been relatively even, and that's what makes me say I think he kind of just got the RNG. I wonder if we can go back in here and put down a bed inside, because that's going to be infinitely safer for us. We're going to just let him go back up to his level before we try anything like that. I like how you can hear these buildings, like, falling apart. They sound and feel like they're going to come down at any moment. We did get that dexterity 89 finally. Okay. You ready to try again, General? Where is he? Floor 1. Battle for the ages right here. Oh, man. That cut left stagger. 6 hits in a row and the general goes down. $42, $55, $80. $61, $81, $90. Oh, man. Disrespected the way he just toppled off like that. And that's the thing with the polearm, you know? It's just, it's got that stagger ability built in. Still don't know how I find the other Ashland domes. Beito Guardless Katana. Is this all poison gas, or is it just kind of yellow? I can't tell. You know what I can tell, though? I can tell that I think this is going to be a good place to wrap up. With apologies to anybody just joining the stream now. I want to be up early for a couple of things tomorrow, so this is a good place to save here. General. Reminder, if you're new here, I've got lots of Kenshi on the channel. I've got videos, I've got playthrough VODs, all sorts of stuff, and we do Kenshi streams every Saturday and Sunday, so we will be back for more adventures of Bleep, the weakest warrior, this coming Saturday. Thanks, everybody, for being here and being a part of it. Another awesome stream, and I really appreciate all of your support. Let's go ahead and get closed out. And as usual, we're going to close the YouTube first. YouTube, thank you for being here, whether you were here live or you caught the VOD later. I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed this installment of Kenshi's Weakest Warrior as much as I have. Stay tuned next weekend for some really exciting fights against some of the toughest enemies in the game and some of the highest risk we've had since the early game. Will we defeat all of our enemies? Will we be defeated? You'll have to find out next week. But until then, YouTube, please take care.